Have you ever felt like life was throwing you curveballs when all you wanted was a clear path forward? That there were forces beyond your control shaping your destiny, for better or worse? Then you may relate to the Yoruba people of West Africa and their revered yet complex deity, Eshu. Imagine growing up in ancient Yoruba land, where unseen spirits walk among mortals, and behind every tree may lurk misfortune or blessing. Daily survival means honoring the Orishas, powerful gods who rule over every aspect of life and death. Fail to propitiate them and prepare for turmoil, but make the proper sacrifices and enjoy their favors. Among these Orishas, none elicits more awe and apprehension than Eshu, master of chance and chaos. With just a sideways glance, Eshu can flip fate like a coin. His tricks unsettle the most comfortable lives, and his trials push us to grow. Some see Eshu as evil, but there's more than meets the eye with this wily shapeshifter. Long ago, before humanity walked the earth, the supreme god Olodumare emerged and created everything. Out of the void, Olodumare brought forth the first Orishas. They governed wind, rivers, storms, and more. Among these primordial gods was Eshu, who had a special role in bridging the realms of spirits and living humans. Eshu came into being in a strange way. Some oral traditions say he burst forth unexpectedly from the womb as a fully grown man. This shocked everyone present at his birth. Others believe Eshu's father was the Orisha Obatala, who taught his son the magical arts. No matter how he originated, Eshu was no ordinary god. He could peer into the world of spirits with one face, and into the world of the living with the other. With one foot in each realm, Eshu moved between worlds. He witnessed everything that happened above and below. He became the messenger who could travel where other gods couldn't. The abilities that set Eshu apart also shaped his personality. As the messenger between realms, he transported sacrifices from humans to sustain the Orishas. In exchange, he brought back divine blessings to humankind. But Eshu was more than just a courier. He was deeply cunning, an agile trickster who delighted in causing mischief for mortals and immortals alike. Across every threshold, at the fork of every road, wherever fate hung in the balance, Eshu reigned in his rags and garlands of cowrie shells. So, he came to be called the divine trickster, lord of chance and chaos. Eshu embraced chaos and chance to shake up stale realities. He played pranks on humans and fellow gods alike. His tricks exposed mankind's flaws and spread discord. But in the process, deeper wisdom was revealed. According to Yoruba tales, one day Eshu grew bored with the predictable tranquility between two farmers who constantly boasted they were best friends. As the farmers worked in adjacent fields, Eshu hatched a scheme. He approached them wearing a two-toned hat. One side was black, the other red. From their positions across the road, each farmer saw a different solid color facing towards him. So they started arguing fiercely about whether the hat was black or red. Neither could believe it could be both. The confused farmers brought their dispute to the local king. Amused by their bickering, Eshu then appeared. He exposed how the hat was actually two-toned. Forced to expand their perspectives, the farmers recognized they had let outward appearances deceive them. Their close-mindedness could have destroyed a strong friendship. On another occasion, the Orishas complained that humans were too stingy with offerings. Meanwhile, people below suffered from lack of divine blessings. Eshu recognized the growing discord between realms. He consulted the water goddess Yamoja on restoring balance. Following her counsel, Eshu descended to the mortal world in disguise. He received 16 sacred palm nuts from some monkeys who claimed these would please the Orishas. Eshu then traveled far and wide. He collected 16 rich myths for interpreting the nuts' meanings. Returning to the heavens, Eshu gifted humankind the palm nuts and myths. Soon, harmony returned between gods and humans. As a reward, the supreme god Olodumare granted Eshu dominion over all roads and entrances between worlds. To the righteous, Eshu uses disorder to reveal wisdom and justice. But to the wicked and deceitful, he is a source of punishment. Hence, perspectives on this god vary wildly. In one village, Eshu may be hailed as the guardian of truth, but to morally corrupt neighbors, he is the unjust bringer of calamity. Across Yoruba land, Eshu was both feared and revered, for his tricks could impart wisdom or misfortune. When Christianity and Islam arrived, translation exposed another layer of misunderstanding. Missionaries equated Eshu with their devil figures, Satan and Shaitan. But what they interpreted as evil was Eshu exposing moral failings and delivering karmic lessons. While foreign faiths see absolute good versus evil, Yoruba recognize both forces coexist and find balance. There are no true embodiments of pure evil and good, only seeing one side of his nature, outsiders labeled Eshu and his antics as wicked. But devotees know Eshu upholds cosmic order through chaos and revelation. To appreciate his place in spirituality, one must look past superficial perceptions. Let's look a bit further into controversies in the translation of Eshu. As Yoruba practices spread across the Americas through slavery, indigenous beliefs mixed with imposed colonial faiths, African gods became syncretized with Catholic saints and voodoo spirits. In this religious mixing, Eshu underwent a controversial transformation. European missionaries working to convert slaves equated Eshu with their devil figure, Satan. This likely arose from Eshu's association with moral trickery and chaos. To Christian thinkers, these seemed like evil forces they attributed to the devil. But the core nature of Eshu deviated vastly from the absolute evil represented by Satan. Yoruba cosmology sees divinity and humanity as flawed and morally neutral, rather than strictly good or bad. So when the Yoruba Orisha Eshu was translated into English and Christianized texts as devil, it reinforced serious misconceptions. These endure today, wherever Yoruba beliefs took root during slavery. In present-day Brazil, Eshu evolved into the candomblé spirit Exu, portrayed as a devil figure. Activists protest this as deeply inaccurate, but the stigma persists in popular culture. Recently, expanding interest in African heritage has initiated more responsible representations of Eshu. Academics and online communities educate on his true nature as a morally neutral trickster. Such efforts aim to undo centuries of misinformation since his first mistranslation. The hope is that as knowledge spreads, global perceptions of Eshu will at last align with his true essence as the crossroads between human and divine. In the complex Yoruba spirit realm, order and harmony depend on each Orisha playing their part. Here, Eshu serves a vital role as the chief enforcer. He ensures rituals and offerings adhere to divine law through surveillance and sly disruption. With his bag of tricks, Eshu compels compliance from men and gods when they deviate. When humans fail to sacrifice as needed to nourish the Orishas, Eshu stirs up turmoil until offerings are made anew. Those who gave too little or disrespected sacred rites may find themselves afflicted until they atone. Eshu also applies his craftiness to keep fellow gods in line. He may trick an Orisha to remind them of their duties when they grow idle or overstep boundaries. Just as often, Eshu brokers agreements between gods when spats arise. Behind the scenes, Eshu quietly monitors oaths and pacts between all realms. Honest dealings earn his favor, while deceit risks his wrathful justice. He weaves chaos and misfortune to reprimand the immoral and challenge the righteous. So while other Orishas govern specific domains, Eshu stands apart as the definitive enforcer of divine law and order. All turn to him beseeching protection, wisdom and balance. For in the end, even the gods bow to Eshu's peerless abilities as chief enforcer. Across Yoruba land today, Eshu remains vital in rituals and divination. As the messenger linking mankind to gods, he is invoked first and last in ceremonies. No blessing can reach humans without pleasing him first. In modern shrines, statues depict Eshu holding his iruke, horsetail switch, and opa osha, divining tray. Carvings on doorways and thresholds honor him as guardian. When priests divine the future by casting palm nuts, Eshu oversees this sacred rite. Outside Yoruba land, slavery spread Yoruba practices abroad, albeit transformed. In Latin America, Eshu became Exu, Elegua, and Legba. Cuban Santeria keeps his image by entrances to repel evil. Brazilian Candomblé, perverting his image, associated Exu with the Christian devil. But renewed interest in African heritage is correcting this. Online activism shares knowledge on Eshu and his philosophy. Eshu has persevered across centuries and oceans because his message remains timeless. Behind surface chaos lies deeper meaning. Disruption forces growth. The crossroads present a choice, and no one path holds all truth. When the road ahead seems filled with twists and turns, Eshu waits around the bend. His tricks are reminders to walk with patience and integrity, so we may be ready when destiny takes an unexpected turn. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content just like this. Until next time.